Hello everybody, welcome to Maiden Castle for the early kickoff on this Barclays WSL 2 Sunday. Birmingham City are pushing for promotion and Durham, the home team, are doing their all just to stay in the division. Flags are waving and the players will soon to be heading out onto the field. This was a few moments earlier. Durham last week did just that, all to stay in the division. A first victory of 2026 came against fellow strugglers Portsmouth, and it was all important, putting distance between themselves and relegation. As for Birmingham, though, they strike fear into everybody they come up against. The league's top scorers have left defences whimpering in their wake all season, especially the past couple of weeks. They scored 4 past Pompey and 5 past Forest. Today, we can expect a real examination of Durham's Wildcats. So teams out on the field, you can see, left of your screen, Birmingham are in the curious 3rd strip of red, which we've not seen all season. Durham in their preferred strip. The dark blue or purple, depending on how you see it. Final handshakes before the game. Sarah Wilson leading the Durham Wildcats and their mascots clad with bobble hats. It's a chilly day in the northeast. Let's have a quick look at the teams then. It is perhaps unsurprising that Adam Furness makes no changes from last week's win over Portsmouth. Beth Heppel again scored. She scored their first goal, the equalizer, before Lucy Watson scored the injury time winner, but she's back amongst the substitutes. Durham loaned Republic of Ireland international Lily Agg from Birmingham City on deadline day, but she has to watch from the stands, unable to play against her parent club. As for Birmingham City, Amy Merrick says her new look Birmingham, they're still integrating their January signings, 4 of them. 2 of them already look like thriving at this level. Vilma Leidhammer has scored 2 from 2 in midfield. Lotta Lindstrom bagged a hat-trick against Forest last week. Mia Gower is defensively minded, but I expect her to move a little further up the field with Birmingham on the front foot today. Stacks of goals on the bench as well for Birmingham City. Sarri and Bathsheba Louis, should they need her. Worth pointing out, Vertriki Sarri has 7 goals in the league this season. That is the same mark as Beth Heppel, and the 2 of them sit proudly as joint top scorers in the league, along with Bristol City's Rio Hardy. So final huddle for Birmingham City, and the referee Callum Park is calling the 2 captains together. Chelsea Cornett will lead the red-clad Birmingham City today. Usual captain Christy Harrison-Murray is amongst the substitutes, and Sarah Wilson, as ever, will lead Durham's Wildcats from the back. And led by example last week in that thrilling injury time winner over Portsmouth that was so important for Durham. 1 team relegated from this division, and no guarantees they'll come back. It is Ipswich down at the bottom, and it was a result that put good distance between Durham and the bottom side, and also saw them climb a further place up the table. So it's Portsmouth and Sheffield United between them and Ipswich at the very bottom. As for Birmingham, though, they can strike an early blow on the leaders Charlton with victory today. Charlton top of the pile. But Birmingham City have the opportunity today to make inroads into that lead. Charlton away at Nottingham Forest, kicking off round about the time that we will be complete. Don't forget, you can follow whichever match you choose on the Barclays WSL 2 YouTube channel. You can kickstart your day with us watching Durham against Birmingham City, and then take your pick. We'll run through the fixtures a little bit later on. So Birmingham all set for the kick. And we are underway. Another busy Barclays WSL 2 Sunday. This is Maiden Castle, the home of Durham. Back-to-back home games for them. And immediately getting an important boot in. Speckmeyer with the challenge. And Durham winning a throw. Fast start would really help, but not the most accurate of throws from Michaela Foster. She does have the ability to propel them into the box, and that is why Beth Heppel, wearing 7, is just trotting into the centre of the penalty area. Foster instead goes short, gives it back to Grace Eade, who loves to run at defences and has won an early corner for Durham. Positive, positive, positive from the home side managed by Adam Furness. Beth Heppel will take every set piece that they have around the area. It was a little surprising that she didn't take the match-winning penalty last week. The substitute Lucy Watson took it, and how. Wallop right into the top corner to win that one. Heppel with the deep delivery, and it needed a red head away, but Callum Parker spotted an infringement. Adriana Franch, the American goalkeeper, sent to the ground, and Birmingham will have a free kick. Well, Birmingham and Amy Merricks were really busy in the January transfer window. 4 new faces added, and all of them are straight into the starting team today. Durham trying to press them high up the field and make it difficult for them to play out, but this Birmingham City team love to pass the ball around, and there's confidence on the ball from front to back, but the Durham press has worked. They've forced the error. Eade trying to use her strength, but crowded out by a couple of red shirts. McKenna came away with the ball, and McKenna won the free kick. So first opportunity for Birmingham City to go in the other direction. Oceane Hurt, the young French flyer, will take it and is whipping it up towards Cook, but just a bit too much draw on the delivery, and it runs all the way through to Kat Shepherd in the Durham goal. Open start to this game. You love to see it. Abby Jones plays one for Molly Lambert to chase, and Lambert is winning a corner for Durham. I thought she'd been shepherded out, but it has kissed off the boot of the Birmingham defender. And once again, Beth Heppel will gather up the ball. And Michaela Foster and Sarah Wilson can come up from the back. Watch Wilson there, number 5, with her hand up. So often last week against Portsmouth, she was the point of first contact. Lauren Briggs is being a nuisance around the goalkeeper. Good delivery again, but it's a Birmingham head to get it away. Still active in the box for Durham and bobbling around. Not yet cleared. Heppel, and Wilson helps the ball up and over the top of the middle. And it's too strong for Jones to keep in, so it's out for a Birmingham throw on this side. But almost 4 minutes into this one, the early endeavour from Durham is very encouraging. Easy to look at the league and think, well, Birmingham City have been so dominant. Only 3 defeats all season. 2 of those have come against their promotion rivals. It was a big old blotch on the copybook for Birmingham City. A 3-0 defeat to Crystal Palace that I don't think many saw coming. Well won by Lauren Briggs. There is a layer of aggression about the way that Durham have come out. Looking like they have to take the game to Birmingham City, and have to be honest, I think that's the only way they're going to get it done today. Wilson backtracking with Lindstrom trying to get around her and winning Birmingham's first corner of the match. And Sarah Wilson is just holding her head. I wonder if she went careering into the advertising hoardings there. She's up though. So for the first time, Durham have to defend a set piece. Whipped into the edge of the 6-yard area. Punch clear by Shepherd. And the shot comes in and it's just over the top. Had to double take, I'll admit. I thought that was flying into the top corner. The one person that knew exactly where the ball was going was the Durham goalkeeper, and she was confident to leave it. Gave her the eyes, Veatriki Sari. She's definitely having a go from there. And possesses it in her locker as well. So just a quick point out, Sato Miyagawa is one of the 4 new signings for Birmingham City. Sinead Hopcroft, Vilma Liedhammer and Lotta Lindstrom all on the field today, as Birmingham taking absolutely no chances in their promotion push. They were looking well equipped as they headed into the new year, the winter break. And they have gone out and strengthened their hand immensely. Long ball forward for Lindstrom to chase. Shepherd is out of her area and happy just to concede the throw. McKenna races onto it, takes it quickly. Liedhammer cutting the ball all the way across. It's really well dealt with by Grace Eyre. Had to be as well. Heavy pass for Cook, who tried to feed the ball down the line to one of her red-clad teammates, but it's too long. And so it will be a goal kick to Durham. It's been a lively start. Quick break in play for Michaela Foster just to tighten the shoelace of Kat Shepherd. Back-to-back home games for Durham. Hadn't had one for 7 weeks before last week against Portsmouth. And they offered a ticket bundle to fans. Big cost saving for those fans that were willing to buy for last week and this. And those that were here last week were treated to that late winner from Lucy Watson. Free kick to Birmingham. Sinead Hopcroft tugged to the surf. It's chilly up in the northeast, but it has been dry, so the artificial surface, you might find the ball just pops and sticks a little bit and doesn't always run as true as it might on a slick day. Cook has rolled the ball back and asked a lot of Adriana Franch. Molly Lambert's eyes lit up. She thought she was in on it. Here's Beth Heppel. Eade with the disguise through ball, and it's all the way out for a goal kick. It was Speckmeyer actually trying to pick out Lambert in the box. Speculative from Speckmeyer, and the Venezuelan didn't quite pull it off. Miscontrol from Wilson. Briggs is in there doing the cover-up work. Good win. Niamh Heron and Chelsea Cornick combining to win the header. There's an example. You see the ball just sticking in the turf that, when it's dry, can cause the ball to backspin just a shade when it bounces for the first time. And you wonder, we'll see as the game goes on, will that benefit the home side that play on it every week versus the away side who play on the green grass of St Andrews? Heppel, loose ball and loves to shoot from range, but didn't quite get hold of it. Ten minutes gone, yet to have a shot on target. But the ball has been down this end of the field that little bit more in the opening exchanges. Always great to see Sunday morning into early afternoon. Those sports courts in the background, chock full of youngsters getting their fill of netball and other sports. Sport as far as the eye can see. Hurt gives it back to Holloway. Holloway's chip pass is all the way through to Shepherd. And Birmingham waited and waited and then went with the press. And Shepherd's mid-range pass was just too long for Reed. And so Birmingham now have the opportunity to commit players forward. Miyagawa wanted it short with the green boots. Laidhammer felt she was tugged. Referee says play on. Lambert lets it run. Too long for Speckmeyer, and Heron happy to go home to her goalkeeper. Loose pass intercepted by Briggs, who did well to steer the ball away from Laidhammer, the Swede. Miyagawa, all 5'3" of her, winning the header. Birmingham City travelled up to the northeast yesterday. Wouldn't fancy travelling up on a match day with a 12 o'clock midday kickoff. God, you'd have to set off early. It is a long way, even from the Midlands. So a hotel stay. Nice comfy team wake up and travelling across. And playing in their third strip of red today. It was interesting to hear from the Durham boss, Adam Furness, before kick-off, saying that last week's win over Portsmouth has left his team full of energy. He says that people have been bouncing in and out of training this week. Smiles are back on faces. Had been a while. October was Durham's last win before that against Nottingham Forest. That is a long winless run. Obviously impacted by the winter break, but still. High free kick sent in the box. Laidhammer tries to dig the ball out onto a shooting foot, and Miyagawa can't keep her shot down. Both sides now registering shots at the target, but not on target. See what Laidhammer's trying to do, just trying to chop the ball onto her right foot to get the shot away. Goals in her first 2 games since joining the Blues. Well won back by Birmingham City. And you can hear Amy Merricks just below our camera. Can we play? Can we play? I'm not convinced she'll be too happy with what's been served up in the opening 15 minutes, but Adam Furness surely will, the Durham boss. Birmingham, free scoring Birmingham, have so far been contained. And we're a third of the way through the first half. Good win. Boot into Heppel, but the pass is behind Lambert. Speckmeyer tried to get it through to her. Once again, the pass played behind the creative midfielder wearing number 8. Heppel spreads it out to Abby Jones, though, and finally there's a bit of space to operate in. Cross comes in, and McKenna was under pressure. Did well to clear her lines. And now Lindstrom has done really well to wrestle the ball away from two Durham defenders, helped by Hurt. But again, Durham crowd her out. And now they have a chance to get their foot on the ball. Two sides committed to trying to play good football. It's nice to see on a Sunday. Speckmeyer has not beaten the offside trap. Flag up on the far side. Nice idea, though. Soon as Foster sees it, she can play those passes off either foot, and Speckmeyer had just stolen a yard on McKenna. Laidhammer, lovely touch and shimmy. And the drilled pass is intercepted by Grace Eyre. Durham making the pitch big. Players consistently available to receive the ball into feet. Lauren Briggs is turning into a bit of traffic. Once again, this is what I mean, making the pitch big, rolling it back to the keeper, who's in a lot of space. To her right, she's got Grace Eyre, who's got her arm in the ball, calling for it. Michaela Foster is there too, just trying to pull Birmingham City's attackers and midfielders out of shape and try to create space to move into. But here is Lindstrom into the box, on loan from London City Lionesses. Hat-trick last week, and surely has a taste for the goals. Just shooting wide on this instance. Probably the best chance of the game, though. In transition, Birmingham City leaping forward and almost leaping into the lead through Lindstrom. Absolutely unreal start to her time in WSL 2 with Birmingham City. Lotta Lindstrom, the Finn. Handball given against Mariana Speckmeyer. The ball just digging its heels into the turf, popping up. No arguments, clearly struck the hand. Mia Gower loves operating in tight spaces. She can do a bunch of jobs for Birmingham City. If they need her, she can play fullback. But today, as I said, when we saw the team line up, I thought that the way that Birmingham would want to line up against a team nearer to the bottom of the table, just had a feeling that Birmingham would want her higher up the field, committing players further forward. So it's defensive midfield for Mia Gower this afternoon, alongside the captain, Chelsea Cornett. Birmingham operating that back line with the flying fullbacks. Holloway here with ball in hand. And McKenna playing almost as a right wing back too. Abby Jones trying to punch the ball forward to Speckmeyer, but it's out for a throw. Cook drills one forward looking for Lindstrom, but Wilson watches it right onto her forehead. Lambert with that strapped right thigh, easy for me to say. Long ball over the top for Eade to chase, doesn't sit for her. And Heron can start another attack from the back for Birmingham. Here is Mia Gower trying to thread one through for Lindstrom, who didn't read the pass. Mia Gower with the Sato on her back. Lovely touch and turn. Away from trouble. Lambert, as busy as ever in that Durham midfield, comes away with the ball. Hands out, asking where are my options. Speckmeyer was the option, and Speckmeyer has won a free kick. Apologies if you picked up a bit of bad language from the dugouts just below our pitch side microphones. It's a brilliant pass from Lambert with the disguise. And Niamh Heron sliding through Speckmire unfairly, according to the referee Callum Park. So a real opportunity for Durham once again to fill the box. And Beth Heppel loves this sort of range to deliver. She can take her pick. Do you test the goalkeeper, who in the goal doesn't look massive, Adriana Franch? Heppel has the skills to try and pick out that little triangle stanchion at the back of the goal. Or does she search for a head? Grace Eade is just square of her. Eade is being closely watched. It's either a cross or it's going to be a shot deep to the far corner from Beth Heppel. She's had a go near corner, trying to catch out Franch, who took a couple of bites at it. There's shouts for a corner from the dugouts and shove in the back as well. But play continues, and Lambert is having to do her defensive due diligence at left back. Still Durham unhappy at the push in the back. It's clever from Heppel, gave her the eyes and tried for the near post. Not the most convincing of goalkeeping, I have to say. Mia Gower is growing into the game from the heart of the Birmingham City midfield. Shannon Cook up from centre back. Corner is crowded out. Good battle in that midfield. Neither side giving an inch. Into the second half of the first 45. We're yet to have a shot on target. Lotta Lindstrom on the ball here has gone close with a shot that she dragged wide of the Durham goal. Beth Heppel's near post free kick is the closest that Durham have come. But here comes Oceane Hurt, whipping the ball in, and Briggs gets there first. Calm defending from Grace Eyre. And it's a Durham throw. Nice and assured work at the back from the Wildcats. First from Briggs, then from Eyre. Heron is being hounded by Speckmire. Heavy pass into the head of Lindstrom, who all she could do was head that straight up in the air. Hopcroft battling for the ball and winning the ball, but that is out of play from McKenna. I mentioned the contrasting fortunes in the league table, contrasting fortunes in the goal-scoring stakes as well. Birmingham, the top scorers in the league. Durham are only just managing over a goal a game. 15 they've scored in their 13 so far in the league. Worth pointing out, last season, London City Lionesses were the top scorers in the league, 38 goals. Birmingham are already on 37. If they continue scoring at the same lick, well, they'd end up with 63 for the season. 63 versus 38, the top scorers last. There are 2 more games in this season, but that is quite something. Good win from the boot of Eyre. It's been blood and thunder from Durham, pressing from the front, but for the first time there, they allowed Birmingham to have the ball at the back. Maybe just catching a bit of air in the lungs so that they can go again. And here's a chance for them to go again with Speckmeyer. Ball not sitting that kindly for her, having to take it away from goal. Closely watched by McKenna. She's done brilliantly to twist away from two. And Hopcroft and McKenna combining have nicked it off her, but Durham still have it with Briggs. Briggs has an option from Michaela Foster, but she's carried the ball out of play, and the pressure is relieved for Birmingham City. Evenly balanced, but I think the home coach will be the happier of the two. With 26 on the clock. Amy Merricks and Birmingham will no doubt think, let's be patient, our chance will come, our time will come. But Durham have started this game well. Great win from Wilson, not just getting there first, but controlling the ball with a light touch. Fast, intricate passing from Durham, trying to pick out that final ball through to Speckmeyer. That's really good defending from Heron. Stealing the ball from Speckmeyer and getting her body in between player and ball and winning the free kick. But Adriana Franch has gone down in the Birmingham City penalty area. May well have been from the contact from the free kick from Heppel about 5 minutes ago. Near post effort. And Franch didn't deal with it at all cleanly. And then there was some contact from, I think it was Grace Eade, who was trying to steal the ball away from her. And all of a sudden, the American goalkeeper needs a bit of treatment. Approaching a year with Birmingham City. Adriana Franch signed in March last year. Bagged a one-year contract extension in July. The backup option is Lucy Thomas, who has herself had some time with the England national team. Has never played, was called in as injury cover. She'll be out running the line right now. Durham doing it at both ends of the field at the moment. They're defending well. They've created a couple of chances up the other end too. Look at that, Birmingham, 10 clearances. You wouldn't see that too many times this season when Birmingham have come up against teams from the bottom half. Franch is up on her feet and looks like she's content to continue. Happened last week in Durham's home game against Portsmouth. Jess Gray, the Portsmouth goalkeeper, was down for treatment 3 times and in the end actually had to be taken off for a concussion concern. The previous 3 treatments on field were for a leg injury, and then late in the game she took a real blow to the neck. Comfort Harbour had to go in goal for the final couple of minutes in that one and actually ended up conceding the penalty that settled the match. So we'll keep a keen eye on Franch and her leg that's obviously giving her some discomfort. Miyagawa trying to thread the eye of the needle. Tolan rolls the ball back to air, and once again Durham will try and play football the right way on the deck. Pops up off the boot of Heppel, who wins the throw. Laidhammer feeds Hurt down the left, and Hurt has played it into Lindstrom. Important boot in from Foster. And a combination of Toland and Jones on the head. Get the ball away from their penalty area, and Jones needs to get a boot in again. Amy Merricks applauding the endeavour of her team in red. Laidhammer looks a real talent. Signed from Norrköping for a Birmingham City club record. We don't exactly know how much it was, but we're told it was a Swedish club record sale. I'll come back to that. Miyagawa shooting from range and just flashes across the face. For a moment, Kat Shepherd looked slightly concerned by it. Might be the kind of game settled by this sort of chance. Just flash opportunity, put your boot through it. But the Japanese international not quite finding her target. So just back to the signing of Leidhammer there, who's wearing number 8 on the edge of the box. Signed from Norrköping. We are told that the signing outstripped the fee that Arsenal paid Hammarby for Kyra Cooney-Cross, which was more than £300,000. So that is big licks for the second tier of English women's football. Easy to forget, of course, that Birmingham City, both men and women, have had a lot of money slosh into the club over the last couple of years. Men's team have designs on the Premier League and more than that. And the women's team don't want to be at this level for very long at all. Amy Merrick's notepad in hand down the bottom left of our screen. 2/3 of the first half in the books, and no doubt she'll have scribbled page after page of notes of what she's seen from the first half hour or so. I think ultimately Birmingham City not fashioning enough chances. Speckmeyer did well to use her body to try and get the right side of Heron, but referee's whistle has gone unfairly, according to Callum Park. And a talking to for the Miami-born Venezuela international. Miyagawa looks so slick on the ball. Grace Eade arguing the toss, felt that had come off Rebecca McKenna. But it is McKenna, the Northern Ireland international, who will take the throw. Foster, lovely disguise on the pass through to Lambert. Briggs turning away from trouble. There's good football on show here today. Might need to be here from Durham, who've played themselves into a spot of trouble. Leidhammer closing them down. Speckmeyer is going down a blind alley and is being shepherded and shuffled backwards by McKenna. Briggs. And Shannon Cook wins it back. Bex Holloway. Long ball forward. Wilson again gets the boot to the ball before her opponent. 34 years young, Sarah Wilson, the oldest player on the pitch, but leading Durham by example. Oldest outfielder on the pitch, Adriana Franch. Just edges her by a year. Good defending again from Wilson. And the Durham drummer is trying to drum up a bit of support here for the team who've worked really hard in this first 35 minutes of the game. Finding themselves on the back foot at the moment, though. Birmingham looking to swarm them. Loose ball to the edge of the box is picked out by Hopcroft. Might yet fall for McKenna, who's battling away higher up the field than she started the game. And now Grace Eade will try and carry Durham forward. Speckmeyer feeds Lambert. First time ball into Heppel, and Lambert is heading for the middle of the box. Well, that is excellent defending from Oceane Hurt, who, if you look at the formations at the start of the game, is playing in the opposite corner of the field from where she did her defensive work there. She is the wide left attacker, and she's in here doing a job of a right back. Brilliant. Plenty of fizz on that pass. McKenna gets it under her control. Now Laidhammer has space to move in, get her head up. Through ball is onside. No, it's not. I just thought for a second that Michaela Foster was playing Laidhammer onside. I would love to see the replay of this. When this ball comes from the deep, there from Heron, that is tight. And Shepherd had stopped. Laidhammer puts the ball in the net. It's all for nothing because the offside flag was up. No VAR in WSL 2. That looked pretty tight to me. Being told from our reporter on the ground that there was a yellow card flashed in the aftermath of that. I think it was Wilma Laidhammer having a quiet word with the referee, Callum Park. There's the confirmation. The Swede is the first player into the referee's notebook for just a shade of dissent. Clearly felt, like me, that maybe that wasn't quite so cut and dried as an offside. But ultimately, we're still locked at 0-0. Sarah Wilson. Foster. Oh, Foster's giving it away. Straight to the boot of Cornett, who can drive forward and puts too much on the pass. It's a really important sliding challenge from Grace Eyre. But I think Laidhammer had given up the ghost. A rare loose pass from Michaela Foster. And there's just too much pep on that through ball, and yeah, Laidhammer had just stepped off it before the sliding intervention from Eyre. Corner to Birmingham City, though. A rare lax moment from the Durham back line, and it goes to show that Birmingham have the tools in their locker to pounce on you if you're not giving it full focus for the full 90. Hurt with the corner. It's deep, and it's off the top of the frame of the goal. Goal kick. See this a lot in WSL 2. So many players have the skills here. Look, just to try and pick out the opposite top corner. Georgie Freeland may well be watching. She's stuck a couple in this season. Following the lead of Katie Zellum a few seasons back. She did it twice in a game for Manchester United in the top division, and I think the theory goes that because there isn't the height that you get in the men's game, goalkeepers are smaller in the same size goals, let's not forget. It can be worth taking the go if you've got the skill to have a pop, and that is what Oceane Hurt was trying to do. Mia Gower. And now Laidhammer. Birmingham just starting to grow into this one. Hopcroft spreads the ball out to the left. Hurt has it again and running at Eyre. Eyre's done well to recover. Looked like she'd overcommitted. Two defenders pushing Hurt to the floor, and it is to be offside, I think. Either way, defensive relief for Durham. I think when the ball came back to Oceane Hurt, she'd stolen a march on the Durham defence. So 5 minutes to half time. Neither goalkeeper has been truly tested. Laidhammer had the ball in the back of the Durham net, but was flagged offside. And it's a pretty even game. In terms of possession, not much to pick between them. Birmingham shading it, 52-48. Both had 3 shots. Foster with the interception, and this time takes no chances with the pass. Back to a goalkeeper. And it's out for a Birmingham throw. Will be a slight break in play. I think it's Grace Eade who has stayed down. Yeah, it is. She's back on her feet. Maybe Durham just trying to take a few seconds out of this half, because although they've more than played their part in the first 42 minutes, the last 4 or 5 minutes have felt just a little shift in the balance of the game towards those clad in red. Just the one shot on target in this game so far. Kat Shepherd in the Durham goal, untested, but by the weight of real chances, I think Lotta Lindström's chance where she shot wide was probably the best we've had in the game. Heron stepping out of defence, trying to drive Birmingham City forward. Cornet to Hopcroft, who's shown too much of the ball to Abby Jones. And Briggs trying to pick out her teammate on the far right as guided it out of play. So I hope you're enjoying the action on the Barclays WSL 2 YouTube channel. Chris Latcham calling the action. Durham and Birmingham yet to find the target, but this is the first of 5 games coming today. From 2 o'clock, Crystal Palace pushing for promotion up against Bristol City. The winner of that will certainly believe that maybe they can gate crash the party in the top 3. 2 teams automatically promoted. The third will play the bottom team from WSL 1, which at the moment is Liverpool. Nottingham Forest host the league leaders Charlton, who don't score very many, but they concede precious few. Measly at the back, Charlton, and at the moment have their noses in front in the race for promotion. And down at the bottom, there's a big one too. Portsmouth, second bottom, against Ipswich, who occupy the 1 relegation place. And Southampton complete the day at home to Newcastle United. All of those games, 2 o'clock kickoffs, all available on the Barclays WSL 2 YouTube channel. You could hear the instructions coming from the Durham dugout. Wait, 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 now press. And when that shout went up, Molly Lambert closed down the defenders, and she was followed by all of her teammates, and that drew the mistake from Birmingham City. It's 1 Durham an attacking throw. 3 minutes to be added on at the end of this first half. Still got 45 seconds of the 45 to go. Heppel with the first timers trying to pick out Eade. But Birmingham have cleared their lines again. Briggs infield to Wilson, who stepped out of defence. Michaela Foster has drifted out to this left touchline, so Lauren Briggs has dropped in at centre-back. Long ball forward looking for Speckmeyer, who gets her head onto it, and Abby Jones is asking defensive questions of Oceane Hurt, who has answered them well. Super attacking wing-backs in the Birmingham setup. Oceane Hurt a couple of times has found herself the deepest defender when ideally she'd like to be going the other way. There's the confirmation of the 3 additional minutes. Those hoses in the background could do with a bit of that on the pitch here. Just moisten it up a little bit, make it a bit slicker, make the passes run a little truer. They've turned them off. Maybe they heard me. Half time. Get them over here, please. Indecision from the two officials. Durham felt that was their throw, but the decision's gone the other way. Well, Durham were goalless last week at half-time against Portsmouth, and the second half delivered so much more. Action at both ends of the field. Portsmouth took the lead and Durham came from behind to nick all 3 points. Maybe that is the new modus operandi of Adam Furness and his Wildcats. We keep it tight. We keep it tight. And then we try and nick it late. It would be the result of the season if they could get one over on Birmingham City here. Flag's gone up for a foul against Speckmeyer, but overruled by the referee. It's a yellow card. Niamh Heron has been booked for the foul on Speckmeyer, and it's been brought back. So Durham, right at the end of this first half, will have an attacking free kick, and they are committing numbers. So a second booking of the first half. It's for that challenge there on Speckmeyer. The referee's assistant on the far side flagged. Callum Park allowed play to continue to see if Durham could create anything, and when they couldn't, he pulled it back. No advantage given. Second yellow card of the day. Heron follows her teammate Laidhammer into the books. And Heppel has a chance to deliver in the final minute of the 3 to be added on at the end of this first 45. What a time this would be for Durham to snatch the lead. Plenty of instructions coming from the dugout just below our pitch side microphones. Heppel delivers, and it's loose, not dealt with, and flashing right across the face of the Birmingham goal. And all the way out for a goal kick. Just needed someone to gamble and get on the end of it. It is a good delivery. Michaela Foster was the target, just in between the penalty spot and the 6-yard box. And there goes the whistle for half-time. As it was last week against Portsmouth, it is goalless at Maiden Castle. Durham came out showing plenty of endeavour against the top scorers in the league, who have put so many teams to the sword in WSL 2 this season. But as the players trot off at half-time, we are yet to see a proper chance at either end. And it is Durham 0, Birmingham City 0. So quick glance across the teams. Can't see any changes at half-time as Beth Heppel gets us underway for the second 45. The two players wearing the armbands. Sarah Wilson is the captain of Durham, playing from centre-back, and Chelsea Cornett in the centre of midfield for Birmingham City. And Mia Gower has drawn the foul from Tyler Toland. Early chance for Birmingham City to perhaps settle, but Niamh Heron has not allowed that to happen. She's kicked a rolling ball, and that free kick will have to come back. Loose pass from the captain Cornett, and she's got away with that one because it just wouldn't sit for Heppel. Saw the opportunity to dive on the loose ball, but couldn't quite bring it under her spell. Wilson diving in and winning the loose ball. Heron only skews the ball across to Eade. Gets it back from Foster. Has support inside from Briggs and Beth Heppel. And Heppel helps it down the line to Lambert. Always full of good running, and spreads the ball central and can't quite pick out Speckmeyer in the middle. Franch had treatment to, I think it was her right leg in the first half, and you notice there she thought about kicking it and changed her mind. I just wonder about the health of that right leg for the Birmingham City goalkeeper. We will keep an eye on that as the game progresses. Calm under pressure from the Durham back line. Lambert has given the ball away. Laidhammer is advancing for Birmingham City and tries to feed it through to Mia Gower. Might fall for the Swede again, but ball runs away from danger for Durham. And Laidhammer has won a Birmingham City throw. It was a good time for Wilma Laidhammer to join the team. Came in for those games against Nottingham Forest and Portsmouth. Big wins for Birmingham. She scored in both. Cornet into Lindstrom. Just gets away from her, but Mia Gower tries to get on the ball in the box. And that's bounced off Shannon Cook. Durham throw on the far side. Last week was the first time Durham had scored more than one in a game since their victory over Nottingham Forest, which was 3 months earlier, an 8-game wait. If the second half resembles the first, then 1 goal would be enough to win it. Do get the feeling that the game will open up as the tired legs set in as we work into the latter part of this WSL 2 season. Mia Gower shows the ball to Toland. Hopcroft is battling with Grace Eyre, shoving Grace Eyre, fouling Grace Eyre. Ball back at the feet of the Durham captain. Tries to pick out Jones advancing, but it's back with the mercurial Beth Heppel. Lambert again. Just wonder how much damage there is to the right leg of Molly Lambert. Heavily strapped thigh. She's been one of their players of the season. Hooked forward by Foster. Difficult one for Cook to deal with. Lambert's trying to close the passing lane to the goalkeeper. That's nicely done with the help of Cornet, and now Heron. Graceful like a Heron, isn't she, when she glides out of defence. But that's a nice ball. It'll hold up well for Jones as well. Defensive work to be done for Holloway. The first time cross is easy for Adriana French in the Birmingham goal. And once again, she opts to bowl the ball out overhand, but it's stuck in the turf. And Jones has stolen it from Hopcroft. Tolan with the first time pass. It's too high for Heppel. And Cook will have time just to bring the ball under control and get her head up. Mia Gower looks a real class act, the kind of player that you think could play at any level of football. Always has time when she's on the ball. Here's Sinead Hopcroft. Most recently with Crystal Palace, another one of those January signings. Long ball over the top is a good one. It's round the back of Niamh Heron, and the flag is up once again on Speckmeyer, who doesn't seem to agree with the decision. It's another tight one. And this time it's the Durham goalkeeper that needs treatment. Or maybe it's a shoelace, actually. She had a problem with it in the first half. Yeah, it is a shoelace, I think. No, more than that. It's not the shoelace. Anna King is the backup Durham goalkeeper. She's been the cup keeper this season. Played in the Subway Women's League Cup. Importantly for Durham, though, hasn't played in a victory this season. Beaten on penalties by Sunderland after a draw in that competition. But Kat Shepherd is the undisputed #1, signed from Sporting Lisbon in July. New Yorker. And like Adriana Franch in the first half, she's going to give it a go. And so after a brief interlude, we're ready to go again. Maybe just a conversation going on with Mariana Speckmeyer and the Birmingham City back line there. Do you think I was offside there? Very close indeed. It was Niamh Heron who was the last line of defence, and it looked like they were pretty neck and neck when the ball was played. Thumped forward from Shannon Cook, and putting Ayr under a bit of pressure. Bit of a speciality of Shannon Cook, the long pass, the long shot. Banged in a beauty against Nottingham Forest last season. 35 yards. Shepherd just had treatment and pressure applied to her, and the clearance is not the best, and the first time shot from Hurt is straight at the goalkeeper. But that will be a tactic for Birmingham City. If Durham want to roll the ball back to their goalkeeper, we'll put pressure on her, because she's clearly not quite operating at 100%, although Abby Jones certainly is with first touch control like that. Watch the way she brings this ball. Oh, this is the previous replay, sorry, the half clearance from Shepherd and the half chance from Hurt. But Durham have won a free kick. Absolutely terrific first touch control from Abby Jones, just underneath our camera here. And then buying the free kick. First contact was Birmingham, and the ball's cleared up to the halfway and then sent with a big old hoof, no other way to describe that, straight back up the other end. So no goals yet, and only one proper shot on target was a long-range free kick from Beth Heppel. Who can unlock the door? Is there anyone with just a touch of sorcery, a warlock out on the field that can unpick the lock? Amy Merricks has called in a couple of substitutes from their warm-up. Changes are imminent, but right now, her team are on the attack. Hurt goes around the outside of Jones and gets a good cross in. Briggs with the headed clearance. Lovely first-time flick from Hurt. Holloway is trying to scramble the ball into the box. Good delivery from Hurt, and the header from Lindstrom is always going away from goal. Hurt and Laidhammer feel like the most threatening in the Birmingham team so far, with 56 on the clock. The most likely to draw the error, create that little bit of magic. But here we go, an opportunity for Birmingham to try and crawl all over the Durham back line. Will Cat Shepherd test her slightly damaged leg? Yeah, she is. Because the way Birmingham lined up, she had to go long. Couldn't risk a short pass. Lindstrom, it's coming straight back towards Durham. And it's a corner off Lauren Briggs. There is a triple substitution being ready for Birmingham City, but before that, they have an opportunity to get themselves in front here. Hurt has taken every delivery. In-swinger with the left boot. Right to the edge of the 6-yard area, it's flicked in. And for the third game in a row, it is Vilma Leidhammer. What a signing she is proving to be. The Sweden under-23 international, third game in a Birmingham shirt, and she has scored in all three. Well, watch the way she's watched by Foster, beats her to the ball, and perfectly guides the header into the bottom corner. Well, I said a few moments ago, it felt like the breakthrough would come from Hurt or from Leidhammer. Well, Hurt took the corner and Leidhammer headed it in. And the substitutions are on pause from Birmingham City because with the flick of a Swedish forehead, they are in front. Confirmation of the goal and time. Vilma Leidhammer, her third goal in as many Birmingham City games. And all of a sudden, as things stand, Birmingham City are top of the table on goal difference. Charlton yet to play on this Barclays WSL 2 Sunday. Let's have another look at this. This is Hurt in the challenge. Hurt by name, hurt by nature, because Speckmeyer has stayed down. Free kick to Durham. Good opportunity for the immediate bounce back here. Leidhammer has shown the way. You've got to be first contact to the ball. Grace Eade is on the edge of the box. Everybody else is gathered in between the penalty spot and the 6-yard area. That's the target zone for Heppel. It's high and it's punched by Franch. Decent contact from her with both palms. Toland. Lambert steps over it and wants it back. Might get it back, you know. Good defending from McKenna. This is good goalkeeping. Coming through all the traffic. Brave enough, strong enough to get both hands on the ball. Half an hour to play. Birmingham City, as things stand, going top of the WSL 2 for at least a couple of hours. Flick on. Good contact from Speckmeyer's head, but she's penalised for a push in the back. So the substitutions will now happen, and I think it's the same triple that was being planned before the goal went in. So Martha Harris is wearing number 2. She's a centre-back. Veatriki Sari is actually Birmingham's top scorer. So first up, Sari is coming on for the goal scorer, Vilma Leidhammer, who has made the difference in this game. Oceane Hurt is also coming off. She provided the assist. Martha Harris is coming on for her. And Asato Miyagawa is also going off with Christy Harrison-Murray, the club captain, coming on. And that is why she goes straight over to Chelsea Cornet and takes the armband. So the assister and the goal scorer have both been subbed off. I wonder if the plan was to take them off before they combined for the goal. No wonder Amy Merricks just went, just hold off. We'll wait for the corner. Good management. But it shows you the strength in depth that Birmingham City are able to make a triple change. Christy Harrison-Murray's got 80 Scotland caps. It's nice to have on the bench, isn't it? It's good, calm defending from Holloway under a bit of pressure. First touch for Sarri and for Martha Harris, who's closed down by Briggs. So Harris has come in at the left side of this Birmingham City defence. Looks like Bex Holloway has pushed further up the field. Slightly changing the shape that they initially lined up in. That is a robust challenge from Holloway. She says she got the ball. Speckmeyer would disagree. Down in a heap. She does get her foot on the ball, but she also goes right through the opponent. Durham themselves are planning a change, but I think it will wait. Grace Eade is square of Beth Heppel, being told that it's likely to be Grace Eade who is coming off. Heppel drills a flat one towards the penalty spot, and Wilson's was the last touch, out for a goal kick. And we will now see the first Durham change of the game. And it is to be Grace Eade who makes way. And last week's match winner, Lucy Watson, is coming on. And this is a like for like. She'll go out on that wide left side. She loves to run at the right back. And if they get a penalty, well, she'll rip the net off. Not the best clearance from Franch, comes straight back towards her, but calm defending once again from Heron. And Wilson penalised for tugging at the shirt of the substitute Sarri, and it's going to be the first yellow card for a Durham player this afternoon. I've actually done Sarah Wilson dirty there. It was Tyler Toland who was tugging at the shirt. And it will be the Durham number 4 who is the first player to be booked for their side. Cornet. Sinead Hopcroft. Christy Harrison-Murray, the substitute, is sitting at the base of the Birmingham City midfield. And Bex Holloway is pushed up, now playing in a more attacking role. Martha Harris has come on at left back and is providing support. Harrison-Murray finds Sarri. And Birmingham have won the throw off Jones. A little shove in the back there from Holloway on Speckmeyer. A little bit of spite in the air. There with the throw, back to Wilson. Now Birmingham looking to apply the pressure to the Durham back line. That's come off Martha Harris' head, so throw into Durham, taken quickly by Speckmeyer. Heppel still has Speckmeyer in support. She's done really well to keep hold of the ball. Heppel with the high cross, looking for Watson, the substitute, who was arriving at pace. But that is excellent defending. I think it's Rebecca McKenna over on that far side, using every ounce of her strength just to hold off Watson. Make sure of the goal kick. Briggs. Durham need to do what they did last week against Portsmouth, find a way back from behind. Briggs with the disguise on the pass, she's in the box and shooting over the top. Lambert picking her out beautifully, and Briggs saw the gap to goal. Double substitution being prepared for Durham. Layla McFarland is one of them to come on. Tyler Tolan, just booked, is going off, and so too Abby Jones. So McFarland and Grace Collinson, the England under-17, coming on. So an injection of youth, and Collinson is rapid and loves nothing more than running at defences. So she's going straight up front, you can see that. Just a bit more zip and zest in the Durham attack, which, although the side have played well, they need a goal and they need something to change. Speckmeyer beaten to the ball. Could be a big day in the shape of Barclays WSL 2 today. Charlton going away to Nottingham Forest. Birmingham at the moment top of the table. Wilson clears only as far as Harrison Murray. There's plenty of time and space on the ball. Happy to eat up the seconds with her team in front. Chipped pass just hits the 18 on the back of McKenna. Oh! And Collinson, the sub, has won it. Stole the ball, and then everybody on this near side felt she was tripped, as Cook regained her composure. But that is the urgency that Grace Collinson offers Durham. The urgency of youth. Here's Holloway in round the back. Beating air to the ball and getting the cross in, and it's almost turned goalward by the substitute Sarri. It's really good defending from Foster and from Wilson to crowd her out. But a terrific chance from Birmingham City to put the game to bed. Holloway cutting the ball back. It's Lindstrom actually with the shot. Sarri went far post, Lindstrom went near. And couldn't steer her shot goalwards. Speckmeyer playing slightly deeper since the introduction of Collinson. Air sends it long, and they've got pace to chase. Collinson stands on the ball, and McFarland will try and race onto it. Collinson staying down. It was a shoulder to shoulder with Heron. She looks in some discomfort. Collinson. Physio's on. And a chance for Birmingham City just to get into a little group huddle, a powwow, and talk about what they need to do for the remaining 18 minutes plus to see this one out. Pendulum has swung in favour of Birmingham City since probably the first 20 minutes. Durham were really in the ascendancy and had their tails up, wins at their backs, whichever cliche you want. Since then, Birmingham have slowly grown into the game. The second half, they came out with real intent. Those 2 shots on target have both come since the break, and one of them was from the head of Wilma Laidhammer from Ocean Hertz corner into the back of the Durham net. And it is a goal that has Birmingham City on top of the table. Top of the table because their goal difference is the best in the league, plus 24. And Charlton in second, top of the table at the start of the day. Well, their goal difference is only plus 11, so 13 better. Tells you that if at the end of the season those two teams are level on points, it will be Birmingham that would snatch it on goal difference. And there's a lovely little twist in the tail of this one. The final day of the season, Birmingham against Charlton. Good to see Grace Collinson is up, bouncing towards the touchline. Hopefully she's fit to continue. In terms of neutrals watching the contest, she feels like Durham's best avenue back into the game, so we hope she's good to continue. But for now, Durham will play with 10 while she has to go off the field. That's good work from Eyre to step over the ball and allow it to run out for a throw. Lambert back to Speckmeyer, who lost her footing. Beat the defender and tripped herself up. In terms of passing accuracy, Durham's has just dropped off ever so slightly. Not by much, but Birmingham, interestingly, have stepped theirs up from 70% to 73% passing accuracy, just making that slightly more accurate passes stick. Inching in front in the contest, 1 up on the day, but now having to defend another free kick from Heppel. Watson has come jogging across the front of Beth Heppel to give an option short if she wants it. High line from Birmingham, right along the edge of their box. Decent delivery, high and deep, and Wilson round the back, can't punch the ball back goalwards. Birmingham survive another foray. Collinson and Speckmeyer poised to pounce on anything loose here from the goal kick. Well, Durham's last 2 games have been a tale of the second 45. They were 0-0 at half-time against Crystal Palace. Ended up losing 4-0 in that one. And then last week, 0-0 against Portsmouth. Came out and won 2-1 with the last kick of the game. As things lie, 13 minutes of regulation time remaining They need a goal. They need something to salvage a point from this one. Sarri closing down Shepherd. Wilson shows for the easy pass. Harrison Murray using all of her experience to steal that pass away. Sarri rides the challenge from Wilson. Harrison Murray with a terrific pass to pick out McKenna. Dealt with, though, by Foster. Harris also showing her experience. It's, I think, a good 14 years since she was named in the PFA Team of the Year. Through ball, though, through to Lindstrom, who's round the goalkeeper. And missing the target. Sarah Wilson on the line, made herself big. It's great work from Sarri. Disguise on the pass. Lindstrom goes round Shepherd. The hard work is done. But Sarah Wilson is being serenaded from the stands for her bravery in defence that forced the error from the Finnish striker. Birmingham City, they do concede more than a goal a game. So that will maybe a little glint of hope for Durham. Lovely shift of body weight from McKenna as she ghosted away from the challenge. Hopcroft just about manages to keep Birmingham possession, and then they're closed down, and again it's Collinson with that express speed. Just asking one or two questions of the Birmingham back line. Here she is again, closing the goalkeeper, who wanted absolutely nothing to do with it. It's another free kick to Durham. It's just a little bit ragged from Sarri. Didn't need to make the challenge. Lambert was going away from goal. And now for the first time, there's a committee meeting over this free kick. Heppler's been trusted to every single kick on her own, but now Watson is there and wants a piece of this too. Looks like Heppler's won the argument. The delivery's been good throughout. Just needs someone to get their head on it. Fizzed in low this time, and Holloway controls on the thigh and then smashes it up in the air, and that's great goalkeeping from Franch initially, but the ball has popped loose. Speckmeyer is still wrestling for it. Well, Franch had done the job, and then somehow it popped up out of her hands. Oh, that is a sturdy foul from Eyre, and that will almost certainly draw the yellow card. Sinead Hopcroft smashed to the ground. Well, it's Hopcroft just ever so slightly quicker and braver. Eyre was already committed to the challenge, and then the ball went, and well, down went Sinead. So maybe Grace Eyre will be a target for Birmingham. Run at the right centre-back and see if you can force a foul. I've been surprised that Durham haven't targeted this woman on the ball here, Niamh Heron, who was booked really early in the game. Lovely. Lambert and Heppel linking as well as they always do. Long crossfield ball is looking for the advancing Watson. And McKenna has done well just to snuff that one out. We are into the last 10 minutes of regulation. I think there's going to be a fair bit of time added on. We've had treatment for a couple of players, plenty of substitutions, and the goal, of course. More than enough time for Durham, if they can fashion real chances of note, which so far they haven't managed to do. Heppel, terrific first touch. Collinson on the spin, and block challenge from Harris takes it out for a corner. That's what they need to do. Look at this brilliant interplay. Heppel with the through ball. Collinson with the first touch pirouette control. Well, the club captain, Sarah Robson, is coming on. 38 years young for Mariana Speckmeyer. So Robson is a defender and Speckmeyer is an attacker. But it'll be interesting to see where Robson goes on the field. Can play in attack if needed, has played in attack, and maybe that's the decision. Get up there and make yourself a nuisance. Nobody has managed to get their head on anything in this game. Watson delivers deep. Too deep, and despite the best efforts of Sarah Wilson, it is out for a goal kick. That's the first one not delivered by Heppel. Amy Merrick's summoning some more fresh legs. Gyunmin Lee's coming on. And Sinead Hopcroft, who just a few moments ago was wiped out by air. Hopcroft is making way. Come on, Blues, Big Ten, comes the call from Adam Furness in the dugout just below our microphone. Long ball sent forward. Worth pointing out, Robson looks like she's playing in a number 10 position just behind the strikers. Lucy Watson, who has been playing left wing here on the ball, is now playing in a more out-and-out striker role. Heppel with the cross is high and too high for Molly Lambert. They're top-loaded with attacking talent, though, now, Durham. Heppel and Lambert are midfielders, but love to get forward. Layla McFarland is a wide player who loves to get forward. The captain, Robson, who normally plays at the back, is up top. Collinson has come on. And Lucy Watson as well. More than half the team, you would say, are attackers. Not interested in a plucky defeat here, Adam Furness. He wants to take something from the game. Harrison Murray with the through ball. It's a brilliant saving interception from Ayr. And winning the ball cleanly on a yellow card as well. Robson putting pressure on Heron, and Robson losing her footing. It's brilliant defensive work from Heron, but Harrison Murray has lost possession of the football. Foster plays one for Watson to chase, and Watson is into the penalty area with the spin. Great defending from McKenna. The stand-up block challenge is enough to win the goal kick for Birmingham City. That was threatening, menacing. Brilliant skill from Watson. And the block challenge just bounced back onto the Durham knee and out for the goal kick. Precious time ticking away for Durham. A reminder, second is good for promotion. This victory, if they can hold it, is enough to send Birmingham top temporarily. Harris is in no rush to take the throw. Flicked on by Holloway. Well won by Sarri, who gets the ball away from Heppel, but not from McFarland. Ball hammered forward, and Collinson is the one that they will ask to chase it. Robson is making herself a nuisance. But Birmingham will be happy with the ball out of play for a throw. Harris will ask the referee's assistant if she can walk forward, because it went out a good 5-10 yards in front of where she is now. Twenty, 25 seconds of time eaten up by the delay on the throw. No such delay from Durham, who've won another one higher up the field. 90 seconds of the regulation left. So far, we're heading towards the result you would have expected. The team in second against the team fourth from bottom. The top scorers against the strugglers. But this one is not yet settled. Into the last minute of the 90. Durham being patient. They know there'll be a good chunk of time added on at the end. Only takes a second to score a goal. Here's Briggs. "20 seconds of regulation time. There will be plenty added on. So many stoppages in this second half, and there's another one. It's a yellow card for Briggs, I think, for the trip on Lee. Yeah, Lauren Briggs. Referee on first name terms with her. Lauren, come back, I heard. There's your yellow card. 8 minutes, you might have heard it on the stadium announcer. 8 minutes is plenty. Charlton going through their final warm-ups ahead of their 2 o'clock kickoff. As it stands, they are no longer top of the WSL 2. Their game in hand kicks off in 11 minutes' time. Birmingham will still have 8 games left in the season. The final game of the season is against Charlton Athletic. It does seem like it's those two for the title. The live table has them neck and neck on 31 points. Birmingham in front by virtue of their much better goal difference. But it would all turn to chow if Durham could find something and level the match. We've had one of the 8 additional. Harrison Murray tries to find Lee, who commits the foul on Watson. In that portion of the field, that felt pretty needless, to be honest. They're going nowhere. Don't give them the chance to send a high one. Wilson is going up. She's one of the best in the air, despite not being one of the tallest on the field. Certainly one of the bravest. It's aimed towards her. Lee gets her head on it first. And now it's coming back the other way. Lindstrom played it through for Sarri, and Molly Lambert will never stop running. Loose one from the goalkeeper. Two hands in the back from Lauren Briggs. Free kick to Birmingham City. Christy Harrison-Murray, as soon as she felt the contact, down you go. There's your experience for you. Quarter of the added time has already passed. The netball courts have cleared behind Cat Shepherd's goal. Maybe everybody's crowding round here, trying to get a look. See if Durham can find the goal that they crave. That won't help. Let's time this. Ball went out at 92.50. Harris with ball in hand. "14 seconds. It all counts. Little flick on. That's really smart defending by Heron. Put her foot on the ball. Take all the spin off it. And look, she's still going, Niamh Heron. And still going. The ball is out with Lee. Niamh Heron has continued her run, and well, that would have been some finish to the game had the ball picked out the Birmingham City centre half. But now she's out of position. Sarri has Lindstrom in the middle. Strong challenge by the Durham number 5, Sarah Wilson. Barely put her foot wrong all day. Lee, though, has found a little gap and gets the cross in. Headed clear, half clear. Lambert can do the rest. Cook and McKenna trying to settle the Birmingham nerves, passing the ball between each other. Watson's won the throw. And there's going to be a yellow card for trying to stop the play. Chelsea Cornet blocking the throw-in from being taken. Yellow cards totting up in this one. Durham have got 3 minutes. It's not felt like the kind of game Birmingham City were perhaps expecting. Birmingham absolutely savaged Portsmouth and then Nottingham Forest last week. Might have expected more of the same against Durham. Further down the table than Forest, but they have held up their end. As it stands, it's only a goal from a set piece that separates the sides. Well taken, well dispatched, but set piece nonetheless. That is out off a red head. Durham throw. And that's out off Martha Harris, Durham throw. Or is it a free kick? I think McFarland has won the foul. Really smart from the San Diego native. It is to be a free kick. Watson had such a decisive impact on the game last week, scoring the injury time winner against Portsmouth. A more emphatic penalty you will go some distance to find. Smashed into the right top corner of that goal that we're looking at there. She knows how to hit a ball. Can she pick out a teammate? 1 minute of the 8 remaining. Feels like now or never. It's great delivery. and it's all the way in! For the second game in a row, Lucy Watson has banged it in the top corner deep into injury time. And Durham, from nowhere, have nicked a point off Birmingham. What a moment for the Durham Wildcats. Lucy Watson, the woman for the big moment. I'll just stick it in the top corner. Unbelievable finish. There hasn't been much between the sides. Birmingham have maybe got a minute. With the goal, maybe we'll play to 9. All square. Birmingham were going top. Free kick to Durham. Well, the ramifications of that goal will be seen at the top of the WSL 2 table. All of a sudden, Charlton will kick off with room to breathe from Birmingham in second place. They kick off in 3 minutes. Shepherd sends it long. Could there be a winner for Durham? There is no time. There is no time. But the celebrations still are all from the home fans. That woman in the centre of your screen has settled the match. Birmingham look good for all 3 points. They look good to be top of WSL 2 with Charlton yet to play on this WSL 2 Sunday. But for the involvement, the imprint of that woman, Lucy Watson, a free kick from way out. And somehow she picked out the opposite top corner, and Durham, against all expectations, have nicked a point from Birmingham City. Full time at Maiden Castle. It has ended Durham 1, Birmingham City 1. Well, these celebrations will go on for a bit. Durham have a tradition here at Maiden Castle where they always have a meet and greet with the fans that stick around. They'll sign every autograph, they'll take every selfie. They'll stick around. I don't think Birmingham will, you know. They will want to be on the coach and home. What a sickener. But in the course of Durham's season, that might be the moment that all of their fans remember the most fondly. 98th minute of the game against the team that, let's be honest, will probably be promoted. Denying them victory with almost the last kick of the game. Quality scenes at the Castle. Well, the tenor of those two huddles will be slightly different, I think. In the end, the stats, there wasn't much to separate them. Both had 2 shots on target. Durham's settling shot on target was from miles away, but look at the defensive work that Durham put in. 15 tackles, 19 interceptions. Birmingham were keen in the clearances, but they edged the passing accuracy. But it counts for little if you don't put teams away. Birmingham's only real chance, proper chance, that tested the goalkeeper was the one that went in the back of the net, and that was a set piece, a corner taken by Oceane Hurt and headed in by Wilma Leidhammer. At that point, it looked like they'd go on and take all 3 points, but they didn't press on from their position of dominance. And when you don't shut the door, you always allow a team a moment. And Durham and Lucy Watson took their moment.